Alright, everybody. Yes, I'm coming in to say hello. Today was already an interesting morning. I wanted to be in front of the camera today because I wanted to actually be seen. Why? Well, it's a lot. We're going to sit down and unpack for a little bit here. Welcome to Cosmic Vibes Tarot, and I am Nagesti, your tarot reader. So let's just really get to it. Reason why I'm in front of this camera is because this morning I'm sitting down and I'm journaling and I'm looking around the room I'm in, and I say to myself, my goodness, this is just about the same exact room color I had growing up as a child, right? And as I was looking around, all of a sudden, like, I just got a huge whiff of emotion, you know? I felt happiness, what it was like growing up in my room and how I thought it was so cool and I had so many things, and I was thinking about, what was I thinking back then? What were my goals? What did I want to be when I grew up? Dreams, aspirations, And back then I felt invincible. Back then I felt like I knew I was going to be something so great and powerful. One thing I say, my grandmother backed me up. I remember, honestly, I used to read from the Bible. and I used to be so enthusiastic about it and preach. And my grandmother used to sit there and really listen, And I remember her looking at me. I used to wear like this red robe and had like little white lace frills around it. And she's like, I just know you're going to be a preacher one day or something. I just know. And it still sticks with me now. Because I think about all that I went through already in this life and where I am today, how I got here, what happened. When I was a kid, I thought, I was into the moon and the sky and the stars and how much I wanted telescopes and crystals and how I loved animals, and I just loved spirituality. I was an oddball. Things used to happen to me as a kid too, growing up spiritually. We'll get into that another topic too, but I think about now how I shut it all away as a kid. As I got older, how I closed it off, tried to turn it off. Felt like I ignored my calling for some point in time. I got wrapped up in growing up fast. And I know a lot of us have gone through the same thing. You may not have felt spirituality calling to you at a point in time, but you had a certain dream or an aspiration somewhere. Somebody wanted to be a doctor, a firefighter, an artist, a fashion designer, a dancer, a tech person. Somebody was very joyous, very innocent, very loving, very kind, had a big heart. And a lot of us have forgotten those things, were shut down, became numb because of the generational patterns that our friends and family, mainly family, and how it impacted us. A lot of us didn't feel seen or heard, or our voices were repressed. We were meant to follow certain paths of education, religions, relationship dynamics. I know a lot of people who are sitting here today are probably the black sheep, the oddballs. People who always feel like they're misjudged, You just have an inner calling, a true calling that you can't ignore. You have an inner child that's been waiting to be seen and heard and spoken to. And today's a day that you have to acknowledge it, or be ready to accept to acknowledge it. Your inner child is so precious. It's where we began to experience life. Whether good nor bad, things that happen, we still had innocence, the unknowing. We were being guided by our adults, our parents, taught to trust. And I know some people feel like they lost all that trust. But I'm here to help you find that today. I'm going through this process myself. Sitting here in front of this camera, talking to you guys, being on social media, trying to really be passionate about what I'm doing and believing no matter what. It's what I'm meant to do. It's something I've been eager to do since I was a kid. And so I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let anybody else's words or thoughts, opinions, whatever the case, judgment, stop me. And I'm going to help you guys get through it. We're going to pull some tarot today, because I believe that there's a divine message that needs to be told. You know, I'm really just going off the whim here. I'm not used to being on camera. Usually when I do my cards and things like that, it's just with my closest friends, you know, certain family members, things like that. But I can't ignore what I've been called here to do. And if it's my job to help give advice, to let people know that they can heal, that they have self-worth, value, love, then I'm going to do it. And one thing for sure is your inner child needs a lot of love. It needs protection. You need to hold and hug your inner child. Acknowledge it, journal, talk to your inner child. Shadow work is so important. And some people feel like it's a big effort. Just sitting alone in your thoughts, thinking and processing is a form of shadow work. Of course, journaling is a form of shadow work. Meditating on the candle is shadow work. But it is so crucial to do it, though. You cannot keep suppressing things in the past, especially when you don't think that it's as important, but it is. That's where your joy began. So much excitement you get as a child, just the smallest little things. The brightest color, the prettiest cloud, you know. The simple things that could make somebody smile, we don't acknowledge these things anymore. And it's time that we do. So I'm going to pull some cards. I'm looking around. There's so many decks I have. But we're going to pull. And we're going to see what and how we can heal our inner child. You know, it's all about recognizing the patterns, you know. For me also, it had to do with relationship dynamics, especially in my family, you know. And being able to understand that you can be independent, you can do what's right for you, follow your heart. I had to learn that. Toxic relationships don't serve anything. Sometimes you gotta walk away from certain things that are not healthy for you. And yeah, let's just get to it. We're gonna do some inner child healing today. The both of us, right? I'm just shuffling shuffling the deck. Thank you, Spirit, for your time, your space, and your energy. I would just like to ask for this collective, whoever is watching this video, whoever is sitting here with me today, doesn't matter what sign it is, it's all about the healing of the inner child. I would like to know, how do the family dynamics for this person who needs this inner child healing? How do these family dynamics affect this person? Thank you. We have Justice as the first card, and then we have the Six of Swords. Followed by the Ace of Swords, followed by the Hangman in reverse, followed by the King of Pentacles, upright, and then we have a King of Cups and a Two of Wands. So we're going to start off with the Justice card. This is actually trying to fight for what's right, trying to have high standards, good morale. Sometimes you possibly could be ignoring the truth that's been sitting right in front of you, trying to balance yourself and stand strong for others, be a pillar. You possibly felt like you had the world on your shoulders. You had to make judgment quickly as a child here with this Judgment card, or this Justice, I'm sorry. Trying to see the guidance. I don't know if you can see it up close. Trying to see the guidance. Religion could be important to you back then. Trying to understand the truth. And then we have a Six of Swords here. Trying to escape things peacefully, knowing that things have been certainly difficult for you with the Six of Swords here, and trying to overcome it and go into calmer waters. I feel like you've had to be guided by the safety of your elders, your parents, or whatnot. You had somebody in your life trying to get you to safer waters. And then we also have the Ace of Swords here. I felt like you were suppressed with your voice. The sword is broken here in this picture, and the crown is fallen. I feel like you had a lot to say, some powerful energy, a lot of mental clarity, but you felt like you couldn't express yourself. You had a passion for it, a drive for it. You were grounded into using your voice here, because your voice was leading you to a certain dream, aspiration, a star here. Because the sword is pointing to a star, and it's broken here, and it has thorns wrapped around the sword. So it's like people were trying to cut you off from being able to speak up for yourself. Maybe you knew too much. You were too aware of your surroundings with this Justice card. You had a high sense of morale. Certain people tried protecting you, but certain people really tried to shut you up and not let you see your inner power, your inner light, because the crown is falling off. So you had a struggle with power dynamics here. And then we have the Hangman in reverse. I feel like it's confusion with the Hangman in reverse. Trying to see things from a different perspective. I feel like your family kept trying to push you to see their narrative of certain things. Of this is how things work in this family here. But you knew different. You knew different. You knew that you were actually on the upright here. And as much as you didn't want to get hooked into what the same routine that everybody was doing here, they still grasped onto you. Because you wanted to have a connection with communication here. You wanted to feel accepted and have a foundation here. And at the same time, you were still trying to hold on to your innocence of morale. We have the King of Pentacles here. Money was very important. Stability, foundation, discipline. That was very, really enforced here. But at the same time, you felt like you didn't have enough love. Discipline, but emotional wise, is something you were yearning for. You also yearned for a lot of knowledge here with the apple that's bitten. Maybe you had certain knowledge on things that you weren't supposed to as a child, maybe a lot of family secrets. Things that you weren't supposed to know. You understood death at a very young age. I see that here, the two skulls sitting at the crown of the throne. He's holding on to a pinnacle here. And there's a cup turned over. You saw in the dark. And then we have a King of Cups here. And it's upright. You felt like your heart was broken as a child. But you had to trust your intuition here to know that you are a shining light. That you had self-love. I feel like you had to tell yourself that you were loved. You were wise beyond your years. You attracted a lot of people, young and old. You had a leadership mentality here. Because we see a lot of king mentality. We see a lot of King of Pentacles, King of Cups here. Justice. You had a leadership mentality here. And you had hidden knowledge here. And discipline here. But at the same time, people tried to cut that off. And then we have the Two of Wands. It made you question where your true destiny lied here. You always tried to figure out what you were meant to do, what your drive was, where you should be led. You always had to second guess yourself of who you are. How are these passed down onto the collective spirit? Can you show me? Okay. I'm going to take these cards that landed on Justice. So the first card that we have is the Five of Swords. You had to learn how to compromise here with people because it's in reverse. This Five of Swords here is in reverse. I feel like you had to compromise with people you did not feel like compromising with. It felt like you always had to watch your back and be mindful. Because not everybody was in your best favor here. I felt like even if you wanted to step out of line, you would get silenced of some sort. Not saying, you know, murder or death or anything like that, but you would just be shut down automatically. I feel like you lost pieces of your heart. You felt like that at a point in time. They took your love. It made you indecisive here. Even though you didn't want to go up against certain people, you tried to actually compromise here. Fall in suit. Because if you didn't, you probably felt like you were going to be on your own. It's like with landing on top of the Justice card, and I put it together here. It's like you saw, it's like they wanted you blind to the truth, but you saw the truth. You had an inner knowing of what to do. You had an inner knowing of being a strong force, a pillar here. And people did not like that. And they felt intimidated. They felt intimidated by somebody who knew so much. And they wanted to shut that down and rob you of joy. Even though you wanted to not fight up against them, you wanted to compromise here. And then this led to a Three of Swords here. A heartbreak. You felt bound to these people. And you tried to hold yourself together through the pain. I feel like you cried many nights here with this Three of Swords energy. Maybe as a teenager, you went through signs of depression here. This Three of Swords energy. You tried mending your wounds all by yourself here because there's a bandage that's wrapped around the heart and is still bleeding. You really tried to heal your own heart. You looked to guidance, trying to think of ways to overcome these things, but you just kept being faced with mountains here. You didn't feel like the ones that were closest to you was going to stab you in the back. But they always seen, like I said, with this Ace of Swords here, they seen, ooh, the light's too big. You seen your light. They seen that you had the word. They seen that you had a crown, and they did not like it here. And it broke your heart because you loved these people so much. You wanted to connect. You wanted to take action on something here. You wanted to grow with these people, your family dynamic. And then we have a Two of Swords here. It made you indecisive here with this Two of Swords. You didn't know what to do. Once again, this woman is holding a blindfold here. And she's wearing a purple gown. That you had intuition, though. You knew. You knew exactly what you were supposed to do, but you were so drawn. You kept questioning yourself over and over again with this Two of Swords here. You felt like, well, if I stay, I still have something underneath me, some kind of support. But if I go, I know that it's better for me. I mean, in the background of the picture here, we have a sinking ship. You knew that the ship was sinking. You knew that these relationships were failed. You knew that you're supposed to take new beginnings as a kid, to experience different things here. And you were selling yourself short by not understanding the truth was being revealed to you. You knew that you were meant to move, but you didn't at first. But you saw, you knew the truth. And then we have, actually I'm going to move this out of the way. And then we have the Two of Cups here. This is about your relationships dynamic. You felt like your relationships were very estranged between you and your family. It was difficult to connect, difficult to communicate. You wanted to receive, but certain people could not offer their cup. Even if they may have wanted to, they felt like it was confusing. You tried to have all the strength in the world to do this here too. This could have affected you mentally, health-wise too. It's like, you know, when you want to reach out to people or you get hurt so bad, sometimes you could actually feel your heart break or hurting or something like that. A lot of emotions, a lot of things that were unsaid that should have been said. But you realize that you can give yourself love here. You realized you can go beyond and leave people behind that cannot offer you the same love that you wanted to give. Yeah. Here's the Two of Cups. Let's see if I can fix the lighting. Like I said, I'm just doing this from general. I did not plan a script. I did not plan. I'm just going off the top of my head. So, and then we have a Nine of Wands here. This is in reverse. It's like you were standing on your last leg trying to stand by your family dynamic here, but you felt like you were engulfed. Too much things, chaos, a lot of fighting here. And you were trying to protect yourself. You knew that you needed to take action somewhere. But you didn't know. It's like you were lost here with this Nine of Wands. You knew you had to get out. You were looking for safety and grounding. You felt like your back was up against the wall. And sometimes you question if you were even able to even escape the situation. You were in here. You knew that you had to trust your heart and trust spirit to guide you to what you need to do. I felt like your family was a strong force, strong hand here. You were scared to get burned. You were scared that you were going to be smothered. And that was just on the justice card here. That was all for justice. That's crazy. In your family dynamic, what was going on is you just didn't have much of a support system. You wanted to have the support and the love that you needed, and you felt like there was a lack of it, and it broke your heart. I'm going to look at the Six of Swords and see what this is about. And this landed on the Two of Wands. Mind you, okay, I asked for the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about a peaceful transition, going and moving on to calmer waters. Maybe having a support system, guidance from inner guidance or your spirit guides or somebody outside. You were trying to seek peace here. And this landed on top of the Two of Wands. So what Spirit is telling me is that at that time, you knew that you needed to heal the situation. It's like you, at an early childhood, you already had been through so much. You already had experienced betrayal, heartbreak, loss. And you wanted an out. And Spirit was telling you you need to find a way out. You were being led to think clearly and to release. I feel like you're still going through these decisions with certain things here, but you're learning more because it landed on the Two of Wands, but we'll get back to that. You know, even right now, as I'm speaking to you, that this is a calling for you to embrace and heal. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to pull on the Ace of Swords. Now, remember when I was talking about that, I was saying how you had a powerful voice. You were very grounding, and you knew that you were a leader. You had a crown, and somebody had broke your sword and tied thorns around it. They wanted to steal that crown from you, but you knew you had an inner light of something here. So we're going to pull on this Ace of Swords and how your family dynamic suppressed it. We have a Page of Swords here upright, and then we also have a King of Swords in reverse. How could somebody so young know so much? It is mentally frustrating. This Page of Swords energy, it's starting to have mental clarity, coming up and thinking of ideas, right? Knowledge, the feather here, intuition, making a decision on how to go about things, how to speak up, how to have a voice. Thinking about how you want to use your will with the sword here. With the Page of Swords upright. You were a messenger. And then we have a King of Swords here. It's like they wanted to argue with you. They wanted to argue with you and confuse you. Make you feel like you were being impulsive on your ideas, but you had a hidden knowledge. You had the keys the whole time. And they did not want you to speak or open the doors to things, certain things here. It's like the robe is a deep purple and it goes into a red here. You were very stern as a child. It's like An old soul is what I'm getting here. It's like you knew a lot of things here, and it's just unbelievable how how you did. It's like it just doesn't make any sense how you understand so much for such a young age here, and it's not right because you're a child. You don't know these things yet. Too much old knowledge here. We don't need you to transform here. You got to stay stuck, because even at the bottom of the throne here for this King of Swords, there's a spider web. And in the spider web are the damn butterflies. So they didn't even want you to transform or see your full potential here, because you already had the knowledge. It's like you already knew and understood what transformation was about. And you had so much that you needed to say, but your family was just like, no, we're gonna confuse that here. We gotta cut it off here. We gotta knock it out. This person can't transform yet. It's way too early for this person to have all this meaning here, or understanding, or emotion here. We're going to look at the Hangman and see how the family dynamics affected that. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and it landed on top of the King of Cups. Can you give me some more insight about what the Six of Pentacles is about? Even though I feel like this is from a family dynamic, as they withdrew love from you, or did not offer love like you were supposed to have, or support. But now I'm trying to put it in with this Hangman in reverse. How I was saying earlier, it's like you were trying to communicate, maybe say that you needed love, maybe you wanted an understanding, maybe you wanted support here, what you felt a lack of here. And it's like they tried to hook you onto something here. What was the hooks about in this picture? We have a Nine of Cups energy. If you will have a wish fulfillment here. You will have the inner guidance here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is Six of Cups. There's Six of Cups upright. And then we have 3 knocked down. Six of Cups is past energy here. You were hoping that you was going to get the proper guidance and the knowledge to grow up in life from your family, and you just did not receive the love, nor respect, nor support. And that really hurt you. It confused you. And it's like, oh, now I have to figure this stuff out on my own. I don't have anybody to speak with. And it could have felt unbearable a few nights, because you just thought to yourself, this is just difficult, and you were really wanted to speak, you wanted to ask for help, you wanted to, but you just did not feel it as a child. Also here we have a man and a woman that look like they're arguing here, and there's a child that's sitting by herself alone and crying. Maybe you had issues of watching the relationship dynamics between your mother and your father. I mean, there was a lot of arguing or fighting in the household here, and you didn't feel supported. They were too wrapped up in their own world. They didn't acknowledge you. And even now as an adult, you still feel lost because you still wanted that acceptance and growth from the both of them. I also see an older figure here at the bottom. Maybe you had a grandparent that was trying to guide you and give you love and support. I'm not sure if they're here or not now, because this man is laying down looking up at the sky, but his eyes are rolled back. And you felt like once that person left in your life, you felt really alone. But they never left you, whoever this person is, or if they're still in your life, around. Hug them, tell them you love them, because they are loyal to you and they love you so much. Even though as a child you may have felt like you were unseen, unheard, shunned and quiet, you still had some type of support system or a guide with you that whole time. What is the King of Pentacles here with the family dynamics and how it affected their inner child? We have the Queen of Cups. And this landed on this, oh. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I was saying earlier that it was a six of pentacles, but it's not. It's actually a 10. So this isn't. This is of course about giving and receiving. Yes, it's pentacle energy, but this is also about the foundation of building, feeling supported here with a family dynamic. But now back to what I was saying here. We have a Queen of Cups here. And this was landing on the King of Pentacles. And this is more like what I was just saying before. You wanted to have support, but you felt a lack thereof, or it was very slow moving type of energy. I feel like this really gave you a lot of distraught here. It's like, when is it going to be my time to find my peace, my happiness here? With this Queen of Cups here in reverse. It's like you had a hard time being able to pour self-love within yourself as a child. You knew that you needed love. You try to figure out how to give love or give yourself love here, but it's just like you shunned yourself. You didn't trust your intuition. You didn't ground yourself at that time, but you're a kid, you know. The spirituality is, you're not. Can you tell me more about this Queen of Cups? And this is landing on top of this Nine of Cups energy here. Yeah, we have a Page of Cups. I feel like this is affecting your adulthood now. Because here's the Page of Cups leaning towards the Queen of Cups. And he's sitting there, he's drinking his cup. I don't know if you can... I said I need to dim this light of some sort. But he's literally drinking his cup here, wearing red. Okay, there's people on the floor. There's a dead fish on the floor. And there's a little human toy on the floor too. It's like, instead of worrying about other people, you should have just been giving to yourself here. You should have been drinking, giving yourself nourishment, but you had a hard time believing that you should do that for yourself. And as you got into an adulthood, now you're trying to figure that out still now. It's like you were screaming on the inside as a child to bring yourself a peace of mind, to calm your emotions, to go with the flow here. But because of the lack of foundation and support from others, you just never really knew how to embrace your heart, your mind. It's like you really didn't have, it's like you were trying to find identity. Because when you thought of who you were, that was quickly robbed from you. And you had a sense of self. People told you didn't. And they didn't support or emotionally support. And now you're trying to teach yourself how to do it. Slowly but surely here. Because it's on top of this King of Pentacles. And that's what I was asked before. What was the King of Pentacles in regards to this family dynamic with the Queen of Cups? What about the King of Cups over here, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. Now, remember how I was talking about that Ten of Pentacles? Now here comes that Six of Pentacles that came out regardless. Once again, this is all about giving and receiving here with these family dynamics. It's like you prayed to God to like you were looking for a miracle as a kid here, trying to be as humble as possible, looking for knowledge, guidance, morale, balance, justice here, because this man he's holding a scale. You wanted to have you felt like you deserved love and justice and peace and to receive the support here. That's what you exactly wanted. But at the same time, you didn't get it, because we have the Eight of Cups here. And this man is literally trying to take his cups and pack them up and go. Eight of Cups upright usually means you're having a hard time to emotionally leave things behind, knowing that things no longer serve you. Some of them are turned over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are turned up. 5 of Cups energy. You were very disappointed. And you still wanted to not see the truth for what it was, because this man has a blindfold over his face. And yet he's pouring an empty cup into a bag. False illusions. But once again, you were guided to go somewhere else. Even though you didn't want to see it, believe it, hear it. You knew that you weren't meant to be where you were. You knew that you were supposed to receive divine love and support here with this King of Cups at the base of the card. You knew what you were meant to have, so you knew, even though you didn't want to accept it as a child, that you were going to have to break away from something eventually. But that eventually would have led you to emotional stability here for yourself. And we're going to look into this Two of Wands energy here. Thank you. Oh, wow. That's crazy. For some reason, I picked up the first row and I was shuffling it. And then again, the Three of Swords came out, but this time it's reverse and it landed on top of the Two of Wands. So this is now understanding in your family dynamic, you were confused on how to heal your heart, even though you were trying to. You were trying to find out the support spiritually. It's like you were praying for somebody to relieve the emotional baggage you had, trying to get understanding and clarity of why things happened the way they did. I felt like you had quite a couple of loved ones that passed on too, made you feel uneasy as well. Maybe you look to them for guidance here on how to start taking action for yourself. I felt like you were a writer. Possibly you started writing a lot of your emotions down, trying to keep your secrets hidden. But yeah, those are some of the dynamics of why, you know, with your family, why they happened, and what your inner child was needing at that current time. And what I see is somebody that was very, very talented. I see somebody that was highly intelligent, and they had a lot of love, and they were robbed. They felt like they were robbed of that. I feel like there were senses of maybe because of what you knew or what you understood, or how quick you picked up on things, how quick your intuition was. It's like people were jealous of that of some sort here and wanted to say, shut it down before. Where the Spirit is saying, not today, because we're going to figure out how we're going to heal that. So I'm going to pull from a different tarot deck here. Let's see what's going on. Remember, this is a safe space. And if you need to take a moment to do some breathing, go right on ahead. Like I said, I'm just going with the flow here with these cards. So I'm happy that you're sticking with me now if you are. We're all getting understanding today. Okay? Spirit, can you show me for this? This is my Under the Yoke tarot deck too. I love this deck because the illustrations are so beautiful. And right now I feel like going through these tarot decks, I'm actually seeing a whole story. A whole entire story. And like I said, we're going to get through this together, okay? We will figure it out. Spirit, can you show me through the tarot cards how this collective can heal their inner child now? We're going to look into that. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Four of Wands. We have the World. We have the Page of Wands. And then we also have the Devil. We're going to look into this. So the first card I see is the Four of Wands. This is about celebrating, having connection, maybe a strong foundation in the home, school, things like that. But it's in reverse here. First and foremost, you need to start believing that you can attain a celebration, a connection, a healing of the heart. You need to learn how to balance your dark and your light here. You need to accept your shadows, because even though, yes, like I was saying earlier, you felt unloved, unnurtured, you felt like you were meant to be dumbed down of some sort, not being able to express yourself or show the knowledge that you had. But at the same time, you know, those emotions could trigger things like resentment, anger, depression, sadness, you know, things like that. You have to acknowledge that you went through those things and it triggered you. You have to understand that even though these things made you feel that way, you're entitled to have those emotions. You don't linger in them. You have to accept that the light or your happiness is right around the corner, or it's here now, it's coming towards you. You just have to be able to go with the ebb and flow of things. You have to stand on your feet. You got to be swift here. We have a fox here, and a fox, a rabbit, and a goat. You're a very intelligent person, swiftly on your feet. Quick. In charge, a leader here. You have to believe these things. You have to believe that you can build a foundation for yourself. You need to understand that you do have a place in the sun. You have to believe that you are protected by your guides, that you do hold the knowledge within. And it's time to just celebrate the fact that you can love on your own. You don't need anybody else's. You know how to love now. It's okay to show it. It's okay to open your heart to people. It's okay to trust people. It's like you already know the right and wrong of, you know, since how you were treated as a child. So you need to know that you have boundaries now, and you don't have to accept certain negative energies or vibrations or people in your life. You know that you can have an open heart to people who give you kindness and support and healing, you know. Don't close yourself off. Know that you can be happy. Know that you can celebrate. Know that you have foundation. Know that you have protection. Know that you are in the sun. Know that you are smart. Know that you are agile. And know that you are a leader. And then we have the world. This is upright. The world is forever turning. This is the ups and downs of life. But you know that no matter what, you are safe. No matter what, you are grounded. No matter what, you are human. You need to understand that you will make mistakes, but you will overcome them. You can overcome obstacles and challenges. You still hold a lot of knowledge deep within, and you can see the light. You're guided to take action on things that you were passionate about as a child. You still have your innocence here. You can acknowledge your inner child. I don't know, maybe watch one of your favorite cartoons. Go to the park. I don't care. Go to Dave & Buster's. Have some fun. Go to the movies. Color, paint. Sometimes the most simplest acts of childhood. I mean, even I have a son. And I mean, we play Nerf guns sometimes. Or we play with Play-Doh. Or we color together. Or, you know, I'm into anime. So sometimes I put on some old school anime shows that I loved as a kid, and he watches it, and we both get excited. Oh, a big old bowl of cereal in pajamas. But you know what? It's a form of healing. You can still be a kid again inside. You still can live your childhood peacefully. And then we have a Page of Wands. It's up to you to initially take this action. It's up to you to, you're brewing the pot. You're pouring into yourself. You're cooking up something here. You know it's time to go with this Page of Wands card here. It's a piglet looking into the pot here. You're being called to it. You're being called to take this action here. You have to get over mentally thinking that you're not deserving, or you don't think that you can fully attain happiness here. You're being called to acknowledge and to drink from this knowledge here. There's a fire being lit underneath you. You have luck in your favor. And remember to stay grounded. And then we have the Devil. This is about you being mindful of past habits. You're not bound to the devil. You are not lost. Your voice is still activated. There's a little girl here that's chained to him, and she's sitting down blindfolded again. So she feels like she can't see, nor can she speak with the chain around her neck. She feels bound, unseen, unheard. It's like right now you are going through the motion as an adult. It's like you're still healing this inner child energy. You're doing it right now. This whole time in the beginning when we were talking about the family dynamics, it was about being seen and being emotionally supported and being heard. And right now you still feel like you're not seen or heard. But Spirit is saying here that you are. You need to believe that here and let go of this mindset that you are bound to have confusion, bound to have a lack of judgment, to be in the dark, alone and scared. You're not. You are surrounded by protection here. You are safe. We're going to pull some cards on this. I'm not going to pull too many, but I'm going to see what comes out. What's this Four of Wands? It was in reverse originally, but what is this Four of Wands about? How can this collective heal their inner child at this current time? Yep, we have the Two of Swords. This is you actually making the decision here, and it's reversed. This is about you actually making a decision of the direction that you want to go. When you know that certain things are broken foundations, it's like a repetitive cycle here, a lack mentality. You know that what you're standing on or what your beliefs are not stable here. You thinking that you can never overcome these things are breaking away here, and you're being told that you got to move. Because this little girl here, maybe I should have did the camera. I mean, yes, I'm in front of this camera now, but I wish you guys could see the cards. And every time I try to hold it up to the light, freaking the glare of I'm going to learn these things. Okay, I'm going to adjust it. But this little girl is sitting on a lake of ice and it's breaking. And once it breaks, it's going to start moving down the stream. It's not secure. You know that you need to move on. And I feel like you're haunted by these shadows that you don't have the capability to see the truth or the light, or you don't believe you can communicate here. But you have guides here that are literally breaking the ice, saying, no, it's time. You got to wake up. The decision is here that you got to make. And it may be a ride that you're unsure of, but you're going to be led to new beginnings here. You're going to have to learn how to trust this process, that what you're making this decision on is true. What is the World? With healing the family dynamic. Thank you, Spirit. We have the Eight of Cups. Once again, this is you being emotionally ready to leave this behind here. And this Eight of Cups is a little bit different. We have a swan in the water. And she's stretching out her arms, and there's blue flowers here. It's like you're being led to know that it's time to fly. It's time to communicate. It's time to start taking action on yourself. The sun is beaming in this card here. It's like really shining down. Shining down on a symbol, enlightening. You're getting like an enlightenment in the knowledge that you know that you can spread your wings and fly. You have to trust the process. It's a ripple effect. Once you start one little thing, it will expand and it will grow. But you really gotta take the initiative here. The wheel is forever turning. You're still reminded that you have the innocence here, that you still can live out your inner childhood here. But you have to spread your wings and fly. Maybe you feel like where you are is comforting. Not like comforting saying you're happy about it, but you're just very used to the mundane. And Spirit is saying that is not who you are. You are the swan. You are meant to be seen. You are beautiful inside and out. And it's time to fly here. Let's look into the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Empress. So you already know that with this Page of Wands, like I said, you have a calling to do something. Now with this Knight of Wands upright, this is about you actually taking the initiative on this journey here, because you're being led. You're being led to communicate. You have your guides with you, showing you the way. You have the inner light, the guidance of the staff, the knowledge here to push through. You're meant to communicate here. A lot of fast communication may be possibly coming toward you, because the man is sitting on top of the sheep, and on his ankles it's like Hermes with the wings on the bottom of his feet here. And then we have the Empress card. It's like you know who you are deep down. You are the nurturer. You are grounded. You are loving. You are caring. You have a hidden light within you. You know that you are beautiful inside and out. You know you have that stability. You know that you are a warrior. You're strong here. Because the woman in this picture of the Empress, she's half lion, half woman. And she has the angel wings on her back. And she's standing on business here. And she's smiling. She looks at peace. This Knight of Wands here, he looks at peace even though he's in the dark, being guided. It's like this man has no worries here. You need to understand that this decision is going to happen whether you like it or not. That you're going to have to spread your wings and really get ready to communicate and fly to your happiness here. Because your inner child has been calling to you with this World card to do so. And you have the guidance here. You have been told this. So now you need to trust it. What's the Devil here? We're going to look into that. Why is the Devil here in regards to how the collective can heal their inner child wounds? Thank you, Spirit. My earring. We have the Tower here. Why is the Tower here? What is the sudden upheaval or certain thing that's going to affect their lives? The Chariot. Are you scared of the decision that's going to happen once you decide to take steps on your own? Because once again, we have the Chariot, the Two of Swords here, the Eight of Cups here. It's like you're really having a hard time feeling safe to transition here, even though you are really being guided to do so. It's like really, when I'm telling you it's time to really get down and start doing some shadow work here, I'm so serious. Because at this point in time, I definitely understand why you feel the way you do. As I'm looking back at your past family dynamics here, you were taught that, not to trust your intuition, not to trust your knowledge, not to trust your dreams. You weren't emotionally supported, or you didn't feel the lack of love here. And it's like you were trying to do that all on your own. You were trying to love yourself on your own. And you don't even feel like you gave yourself enough love to keep going forward. You can't even trust that you taught yourself to take action here, but you do. You have it within you here. What's this Chariot about? What's this decision? Your inner child is screaming for you to do it. I wish, because we have the Chariot and like, I don't know. Maybe I'll really, if you could see, there's like a little girl holding on to this man. Holding on to him for dear life. Once again, she is blindfolded. That same little girl is blindfolded in this picture here. With this Two of Swords here. And now the Chariot energy. You know you are being divinely guided to trust this process here to receive opportunity here. Your inner child is begging you to trust this process, that you are safe. She's not scared. She's not worried. She is leaning on this knight, this emperor, whatever this person is. He looks like a warrior, a stone warrior. She is leaning on him for safety and support. Your inner child knows deep down inside that once you start taking action and believe that you are so deserving to celebrate and to have happiness here, that you are such an illuminating light that has the knowledge to spread wings and actually have a place in the sun. Your inner child is praying because she's underneath the stars. It is a dream that you take this choice and let it happen here. We have the Wheel, but you're so scared about how life is going to turn out for you because you felt like you have been shorthanded this whole time. But you have to trust the process here. It's going to be slow, but you're going to be taking action. You're going to be scared about deception, but you're going to have your heart open. You're nervous about mental clarity, being able to think on your feet, but you have to trust your intuition. You really have to make up your mind and believe that you have the strength to trust your own judgment and stop worrying about the judgment of other people. It's like been honed into your brain that you are like not mentally capable of thinking on your own or having an opinion. And it's so crazy because when you were a child, your opinion was so strong that it affected people to say, no, we got to shut it down. And the thing is that you already have the inkling. It's like you get downloads. Spirit talks to you all the time. And it's like you tune it out and Spirit is saying, stop. Because the more you keep tuning it out, the more you keep rejecting it, the tower is going to approach and you're going to have, it's either put up or shut up because you're going to have to go through the motion anyway. Your inner child is screaming to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. It's like saying, I want to be happy. Please make me happy. How do I do that? By actually taking a chance on myself, on doing things on my own. What is it that this inner child wants, Spirit? Can you show me? The Six of Wands. You want a victory in the end. You want to be on top. You want to be celebrated. You want to be noticed. You want to be looked at as somebody who was grounded, who took the time, who overcame these challenges here. You're a hard worker. You have the knowledge. Even though people tried to cover your eyes, you still had eyes all around you. You have it within you. You have that energy within you. Because the Page of Wands turned into the Knight of Wands and it turned into an Empress. And in the end of your reading, it comes out into a Six of Wands here. Stop carrying these wounds of that you're not good enough. Or you don't have what it takes, because you do. Even though when people tried to tell you and your family that you didn't. Because you do. I'm going to pull some oracle cards And then we will close out this session. Whoever is hearing this, I really hope that it helped. I really do. Let's see what some oracle cards are for you. What are some oracle cards that the inner child of this collective would like to say to their adult selves now? We have say no. That means having boundaries here. Not everybody is entitled to your energy. Do you hear me? If people were draining you before, if people have shut you up before, did not reciprocate, whatever the case may be, you don't have to feel guilty to say no. If it's not meant for you, you know, deep down morally, it's not who you are, say no. Be yourself. And it says bust out of your cocoon. As we were saying earlier, I think it was the King of Pentacles. He was sitting on his throne, and there was a spider web with the butterflies. And you're meant to shine. It's like, you know, it's like you already been transformed once again with Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, and then the Empress. You already have been doing a lot of inner work, and it's like you don't even believe in all the inner work that you've been doing. It's like you're scared right now. You know that you're meant to come out of this. You know that you're meant to have the happiness, but you're so scared to receive it or believe that it's actually happening. And Spirit is saying it's time to go. You're meant to fly. You're meant to leave the nest. If people want to hold you back and say you're not ready, no. You're saying no to that because you are. And it says be decisive here. Stop being in the in-between. We had a lot of that energy with that Eight of Cups, with that Two of Swords, with that Two of Wands. In each spread that I did, you started off indecisive and ended indecisive. Spirit is saying it's time to knock that out. You need to be sure, you need to be ready, and you need to be able to bust out of your cocoon, and you need to have those boundaries in place. Because you have a higher calling for something. You have a purpose here. Everybody has a purpose. But I'm just saying your purpose matters, and you need to acknowledge it. And your inner child has been knowing of this purpose for so damn long, and they are tired of you ignoring them. So whatever you need to do, sit down, talk with it, give yourself a hug. I don't care. Whatever you liked doing as a kid. If you had a favorite cartoon, mine was Sailor Moon. Go watch some Sailor Moon. If you like color, you need to make that inner child happy. It will lead you to, it will lead to more fun things for yourself if you really think about it. You'll want to, it's self-care, it's self-nurturing. You're nurturing your heart, your mind, your spirit when you do these things. And you may think it's so silly and stupid, it's nonsense, but it's not. That's a program. Yes, there are times to be serious and all that whatnot, but you have to live your innocence. You have to enjoy the small moments of happiness, peace, calm. It's like you're so used to so much damn chaos and grieving, and you have to understand that maybe because you weren't able to receive the love that you got from your family, that doesn't stop you from being able to give that love and support now to your own, or to yourself, or to your friends. You know what you needed. Be that family member, be that parent that you wanted to have when you were a kid. You already know and have the discernment to know who to give that energy to and who not to. Now, I am an hour and 9 minutes into this. I will pull an angel card and then I will close this out. But I really, really hope that this resonated for somebody. I forgot to even say these are general messages, so take what resonates and leave the rest that doesn't. But somebody needed to hear this message, and they need to believe in themselves and trust that they are who they say they are, because your spirit team knows, your guides know, your family knows, your friends know, and deep down you know. How many angel cards? I'm trying to see. I got so many. I have a mini angel card deck. I'll pull from that. Thank you, Spirit, for your time and your space, your energy. Can you give me an angel card for this collective? What do they need to hear from their angels at this current time, especially with this whole inner child healing? What does this collective need to hear at this current time? Thank you. You have no. Ask your angels and helpful people. And we have let go. Spirit is asking you to let go. We have helpful people, and it turned on to know, be mindful of the people you do have in your life. And like I said, boundaries are very important for you. There are certain people that you are going to have to let go, that maybe it might be difficult for you. But Spirit is saying there are other people in your corner that will be there to surround you with the support that's needed. And to speak to your angels is saying to ask for guidance, to trust them that they have your back, and to believe in them. What else? It's up to you. And then we have unlikely. Let me tell you something here. You better stop with that self-doubt. And Spirit is telling you, stop playing on their name. They're trying to let you know and give you hints of awareness here. It's like you have a strong intuition and you still want to deny that you don't. And Spirit is saying, you know damn well you're smart. We know that you hear us. And it's up to you to really want to make this change here. Because let me tell you something, like your guides, your angels will protect you. They will love you. They will try to help you overcome here. But if you don't take action on the things that you want, it will just be stagnant energy. And you're just going to go around in a circle. So if you really want this change, it's really up to you. And you have to connect with your angels. You need to have your boundaries, be able to say no, and let go. And trust that you're doing it. Compromise is right here. You got to compromise with your spirit guides. You got to sit down. And when I say it, I'm going to say it again. It's really time to start doing some shadow work. Like I said, journal. Meditate. Even if you have to sit in a room in silence. And really just process your thoughts. Think about your childhood. But it's time to face it. Your inner child is screaming to be loved, to be heard, and to be seen. Because it's an amazing person. And you still have that amazing person in you. And they want you to experience it now as an adult. And your angels are already ready for you to do so. They're saying, let's go. So it's up to you to accept this offer, collective. Thank you for all your time. Thank you for sitting with me. Next time, I mean, yeah, I liked being in front of the camera and whatnot, but next time I will actually have my camera back on the table here because these cards were very illustrative and it told so much. And it's a lot to take in, a lot to understand here, but I know that you will overcome. You are much stronger than what you think you are. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will check in back with you, collective. If you like the message, you can always click that subscribe and hit that notification bell. And like I said, I think I was gonna do careers for the zodiac sign, so we'll start into that probably starting on Monday. So yeah, take care, guys.